We're ready for another great weekend of high school football around the Central Texas area. The action starts Thursday night. We've got two local teams going at it tonight in Austin. McNeil at Austin High. 1-2 McNeil versus 0-3 Austin High. Two teams that would have wished they'd gotten off to a better start. But Danny, you're going to this game tonight. How are you seeing it?
Yeah, the records aren't great. We got to be honest about that. But there's still some talent on both teams.
Right.
Quincy Reese, he's a running back for Austin High. I think he's a game breaker. He can catch the ball, he can run the ball. McNeil, they have two D1 kids on their defensive line. Zach Vaughn's going to Houston, Tillman Johnson's going to Texas State. I'm going to go with McNeil. I just think they have just a little bit more talent, and I think they'll get win number 2.
Rick?
McNeil also has a running back, Colton Russell, who has averaged 160 yards in just 2 games at running back. He was a quarterback early. With that said, Austin High is due, and they're overdue. And I think they're overdue since last year. They've been averaging only 14 points a game, so they're going to have to find some offense. I like the home field advantage. I'm going with Austin High in a mild upset.
Going from a game with not too many wins yet amassed to a game tomorrow night, Friday night, that will be, that seems like a great game on paper. Danny, you're going to this one as well. Elgin at Georgetown. How are you seeing this one?
We're going to go with Georgetown. Georgetown's the reigning district champion. They beat Elgin 31-8 last year. You know, we've talked about it enough. They had a lot of turnover, but as evident, as their 3-0 record states, I mean, they've done fine. Tyler Moody, Mookie Walton, 2 running backs combined. They've given them a 100-yard rushing game in each game, which has kind of helped them bring along that offense with the new quarterback and new wide receivers. The defense has given up a little bit more than 15 points per game, so the Simmons brothers at Elgin are going to test that this weekend for sure, but I'm going to say Georgetown wins.
Rick, I know you're a big fan of the Simmons brothers at Elgin. You see them winning Friday, or do you think Georgetown comes away?
I think Elgin is about as hot as the sausages they make in that town. They are hot. And the Simmons brothers, as you say, I think they're, from a brother standpoint, probably the 2 best, most talented brothers on any team. I like Elgin. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. You got to give Georgetown credit. They lost so many players, but yet they come back just as strong as last year.
Rick, we'll stay with you. Another game Friday night, Eastview at Connolly. How do you see this one playing out?
That's a tough game to gauge because Eastview technically hasn't played anybody. I hate to say that for Lanier and St. Michael's and Reagan, but the facts are facts. They've averaged 51 a game, so they're really untested. Connolly, they came back and they won their first game last week, 36-35 over LBJ, so but I'm going to go with the undefeated team, Eastview.
All right, and Danny?
I'm going to go with Connolly. Sean Williams had 2 touchdowns last week against LBJ. I expect him to keep that momentum going forward, and we'll say Connolly hands Eastview that first defeat.
All right, and now finally the last game on our list of games to go over today. We have one of the top Austin area teams, Westlake, going down to San Antonio area to play Cibolo Steel. Danny, will stay with you. How do you see this one?
Well, it's time for Westlake to make a statement. They opened up the season with a pretty bad loss to Cedar Park.
Yep.
Last couple weeks they've gotten victories, but I'm not that impressed with rallying against Temple and A&M Consolidated. They're going to Steele's house. Great chance for Jordan Siebert and his teammates to show the area and the state why people had them so highly ranked before the season started, and I think they'll do it.
Rick?
I see Steele winning. They're number 8 in the state for a reason. They average 48 points a game. I will give Westlake the scouting report. Steele has rushed for 1,200 yards this year. They've thrown for 220 yards.
Sounds like Steele may be playing the Longhorns every weekend or something with the way they're running the ball.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but they'd like to run the ball, and they run it very effectively. They've beaten some good teams. They lost to Madison, San Antonio, I believe 46-45 the first game of the season, but since then they've been winning again.
Looking forward to another good slate of games around the Centex area this weekend. Stay tuned to statesman.com. Rick and Danny will have all the updates throughout the weekend on all your teams. We'll see you later.